What's up, guys? TheInsaneGamefreak here, and I'm doing another gaming thoughts. I think this is the way I'm going to do my gaming, news related videos, just to, it's easier that way, and it allows for you to have an ask more discussion on one thing, instead of me going back and making, 6 videos on one game, another 6 videos on another game. I mean, obviously I'm going to do updated thoughts to certain games, but for now, we're just going to stick to this format, and, guys should tell me what you think. But the games we're covering today is some Sonic Generation stuff, because I actually technically haven't talked about it yet, besides that initial first impressions that was back when the game was first announced. So Sonic Generations, I had to bring up the new One Piece game. It's a Kingdom Hearts discussion. This is what we're going to talk to. And the first thing we're going to start off with Sonic Generations, since that comes out in 2 months. In a month, actually. A month and a half, honestly, when it boils down to. Because we Americans, we get it on November 1st. Now, the first thing I want to talk about is something that's pissing me off. And it's pissing me off purely because life isn't fair. And I don't know the logic behind this. This is, to me. Now, for anyone who doesn't know, this is Sonic's 20th anniversary. This is his 20th birthday this year. This game is his 20th anniversary title, hence why we're doing kind of a recap through all the other games. I mean, essentially, Sonic Generations is a story that has a time traveling element that allows you to go to the different levels of older games. That's essentially what Sonic Generations is. And you're thinking, the game, honestly, to me, looks fucking great. I'm looking forward to this so goddamn much. But there's one thing I've been really pissed off about. I'm also going to talk about the levels, but the one thing I want to address real quick is we found out a little while ago that apparently there's going to be collector's edition, which makes sense because it's, Sonic's 20th birthday. Now, this collector's edition looks nice. Looks motherfucking nice. You get, the soundtrack, the booklet, some figures, a fucking ring, a ring, an art book, a casing for the game. It looks fucking beautiful, and I'll link it in the description below. Jesus. And then I found out something that pissed me off all the high hell. The Americans aren't getting the collector's edition. The Europeans and the Japanese are getting the collector's edition, but the Americans aren't getting the collector's edition. What the flying fuck? I'm sorry. This is bullshit, man. It's his 20th birthday and you're telling me that only the Europeans and the fucking Japanese get the fucking thing, but we don't get the goddamn collectors? And nothing against the Europeans. You Europeans are some lucky son of bitches. I think the same thing happened with Ultimate Ninja Storm 2, where we didn't get the limited edition. I mean, that's not a big enough deal. This is Sonic the motherfucking Hedgehog. We've been dealing with this motherfucker since 1991. The year I was born is when this motherfucker came out. He's been in America's culture those 20 years. Kids still love his games. Fuck, some adults still love his games. Why the fuck don't we get the collector's edition? I'm sorry, that pisses me off. Because that means the only way I can get the collector's edition now is if I import it. Which I shouldn't have to fucking do for Sonic. I can understand something like One Piece, if the One Piece game gets a collector's edition. But this is fucking Sonic. It's Sonic the fucking Hedgehog. This motherfucker is in history right next to the motherfucking Mario. Why don't we get the collector's edition? And it's bullshit, because I wanted to get it. I can't get the fucking collector's edition. Because it costs way too much to import it. And the Americans don't get it. That's bullshit. I'm sorry. I feel like we need to say something to say, because this is bullshit. We should get the collector's edition, goddammit. Because I would totally buy it. It aggravates me. I mean, mind you, the Europeans, they get it a few days later, but still, that's bullshit. I want to get the fucking collector's edition. I'm sorry I had to go on the tirade. That's just bullshit. How you just gonna take the fucking... I'm gonna let it go. Now let's talk about the levels in the gameplay. I mean, honestly, if you've seen the trailers, the gameplay looks fucking nice. The only thing I have a problem with is something that was a problem in Sonic Colors. Now, Sonic Colors was really well received. No one seemed to have any major issues with that game. Sega, I will say this much. In terms of 2D sections, you got that shit down for the most part. There's some minor hiccups, but for the most part, you have a set gameplay for Sonic now that works. Unleash started the trend. You improve the fuck out of it with colors. Hopefully Generations brings it home. But in terms of 2D, I have no major gripes. It's the 3D I have a problem with. And not really the 3D in the sense of, you know, Sonic running. I have a problem with, if anyone's noticed, most of Sonic Colors was in 2D. You know why? It's because I think Sega's a little paranoid now. I feel like they're taking all the criticism, so they're treading water like a motherfucker in terms of, you know, actually doing shit with it. Like, they're paranoid out of their minds to go into 3D anymore. Like, even from the trailers I've seen in Generations, the only trailers I've seen of him doing anything is, like, it's literally him, like, homing attacking to get through enemies, or just boosting to win. I haven't seen him do anything like real platforming yet, and I think they're paranoid about doing that. It's like you had Unleashed. I think what it is Unleashed was too fast, and so they're trying to figure out, and the boosting to win shit for Rush, because it works so well with the Rush games. I mean, that's essentially what Sonic's, or at least new school Sonic's gameplay is. It's Sonic Rush gameplay, 3D-ified, essentially. And I love Sonic Rush, so I have no problem with that. But the 3D is kind of bothering me, because it's like, they're paranoid out of their fucking minds to get over there, and it's like, come on, you gotta branch out a little bit. I know you're scared, I know you're a little paranoid, but here's my thing. You've made all these weird-ass decisions in the past. It's not, doing this isn't gonna irk anyone else. You've done so much more things to piss us off, Sega. Try the 3D a little bit more. I'm hoping the game, they at least attempted 3D more in there. Because all it is him homing attacking, and then it's switching, and then him doing like these cool random 3D sections, and then it switches right back to 2D, and you're fucking doing your basic 2D shit. You got 2D down. Try 3D. That's my whole thing. But to talk about the level list, we know, essentially, the levels are coming from 3 generations of Sonic, and that's the Genesis era, the Dreamcast era, and then the New School era. So far, I think we essentially know the entire league list of the game. So if you don't want to know the entire league list of the game or some of the bosses, I suggest you skip ahead. I might put like a little time slot to show you when I'm talking about certain things. But here we go. The league list is follows. You have Green Hill, which we've been shown. Chemical Plant, we've been shown. Sky Sanctuary, which was just recently announced, but we've been shown glimpses of that. And then we get into the Dreamcast era where we're introduced, you know, City Escape. That was kind of, we've been shown. I believe Sonic Adventures 2 stage is Rail Canyon, but I don't remember. And we're also going to get a boss battle with Shadow during that one. We're also going to get the Sonic CD boss battle with Metal Sonic and Sonic at the end of Chemical Plant is the way it looks like. I can't prove that, but it looks like that. We have seen Metal Sonic in there. Then we go to Seaside Hill for Sonic Heroes. What is it? Fucking Crisis City, I believe, for 06. So they are counting 06 in terms of gameplay. Unleashed its Rooftop Run, which I know J-Man's happy about because he wanted to see that shit in there. And then on top of that, we have Planet Wisps and Colors, which I was actually shocked at putting a Colors level in here. But then again, you know, Planet Wisps, you know, 2D-ified should be fun. The only other problem I'm worrying about is that that's only 9 levels. I think that's all the main levels in the game, because Colors is the newest game. I'm hoping there are subsections to these levels like Sonic Colors had, but I'm hoping they're fleshed out. And in terms of boss battles, we know Shadow's a boss battle, Metal Sonic's a boss battle. I think those are the only 2 I know of right now, at least me. I know we've only seen, we haven't seen that much in terms of bosses, and that's fine. I mean, the game comes out in a month and a half. It's not a big deal. We know Eggman's going to be in the game, even though he's not, like, the main villain. But I'm hoping there's, like, a holy shit fuck moment with Eggman at the end of the game. But only we will know. That's the one thing I don't want to get spoiled on. I don't want to see the ending of the game. Also, there have been some screenshots of, we've seen classic Tails, who doesn't look that much different. That's just because Tails never looked that different through his transitioning anyway. And we've also seen a picture of Sonic's friends all like gathered together for the occasion. And there's one thing about this picture I want to note before I go on to the next game. Elise isn't in that picture. I don't think Elise isn't in that fucking picture, which I found hilarious to me. It's like if that picture is actually what I think it is, that means they don't count Elise as part of the canon, which I just be like, yay, fucking yay. Fucking yay. Like, everyone else is in it, but I don't think the Sonic Riders characters are in there, and Elise isn't in there. I think Silver, I know Blaze is in there. I don't remember if Silver's in there, though. But anyway, so they don't count the 06 continuity in terms of Elise. Fucking yay. Well, actually, she shouldn't be in the game. She shouldn't be there anyway, considering 06 technically didn't happen, so. According to the story, you know, the fucked up story for 06, so it makes a lot of sense. But in terms of Sonic Generations, I'm hype as hell. I'm mad about the fucking Collector's Edition. I'm hoping they go in with the 3D this time instead of being paranoid like they were in Colors. And overall, I'm hyped. I'm fucking hyped. So, on to the next game. One Piece on PS3. Did you think one of the bigger One Piece fans on this fucking site wasn't going to say shit about this? Hold on a second. Hold on a second. You knew what time it was. You fucking knew. So yes, if you have not been told, One Piece is finally getting a PS3 game. Apparently, it's not even gonna be on the 360. So, 360 fans, you were kind of screwed on that level. It's a PS3 only game, but it may be one of those games that may change. I know there have been games in the past that have changed from PS3 only to PS3 and Xbox 360. But as of right now, it's PS3 only. It comes out in 2012, and it's called One Piece Kaizoku Musou, which literally translates out to Pirate Warriors. And the reason why that should ring a bell with you is because the people who are partnering with Namco Bandai to make the game is the creators of Dynasty Warriors. Now, me personally, I've never played any of the Dynasty Warrior games, but from what I've seen, they're basic hack and slash quality, which I'm not a huge fan of. But at the same time, I'm not completely pissed that they didn't do the versus thing. I play Kingdom Hearts. I played the Kingdom Hearts series, and the Kingdom Hearts series is half hack and slash anyway. It just depends on how they do it. From what I understand, though, the things that have been leaked about it, we've only seen a trailer. We've seen 2 trailers, and the 2 trailers have shown Marineford stuff, Shippondi stuff. We've seen the crew before the time skip, and we've seen time skip Luffy. So we know certain things, but since the game comes out in 2012, and from what I hear, the game is going to do, we haven't had like an official confirmation, I don't believe, but we have had a minor confirmation that says the game is going to cover everything up until a certain point. We don't know if that point is the time skip or if it's fucking Fishman Island. I kind of hope it's Fishman Island, since the game doesn't come out until next year anyway. So that'll give enough time for, so it's not coming out this year, so we know the rest of this year can be used to finish up the arc in the manga, and the anime will be starting this shit. Yeah, the anime will actually probably be where the manga is right now by December. So it isn't like we won't be introduced to the characters at this point. Probably not that. No, I take it back. We won't be where we are in the manga. Probably like 10 or 20, probably about 10 chapters behind or some shit. 10 or 20 chapters behind, like usual. But in terms of just the announcement itself, fucking yes. I'm so glad. I don't mind this being a Dynasty Warriors kind of ripoff, because honestly, I don't know about a lot of you guys. I know a lot of people think Cruise is awesome. You know, Cruise and Limited Adventure, they're okay games, but the thing about Cruise and Adventure that really irked the shit out of me is that they were slow and boring as shit. Even if it is in the Dynasty Warrior style, that just means you're beating the shit out of people. And from what it looks like in the trailer, Luffy looks like he's going in. And the PS3 graphics show off how badass he looks. I don't know what it is, but it's like when he was doing the few clips of gameplay we did see of him punching the shit out of Marines and fucking Kuma robot clones. His arms look ridiculously detailed. You can see his arm stretching and bouncing and shit, which usually in other games it's usually just like jab, 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 jab. But no, it actually looked like detailed rubber, as if he was really, stretching and shit. And I really appreciate that attention to detail. We know that the game is going to cover the beginning to all the way up to a point. I'm hoping it's Fishman Island, mainly because I'm a sucker for Vanderdecken and Shirahoshi. I'm sorry. I know a lot of people don't like those characters. I do. It's just me. Hody, also, I need an excuse to beat the shit out of Hody. I'm sorry, that's the other problem. But I know that much. Which, if it goes up to Mermaid, if it goes all the way up to Fishman Island, we know we're going to get time skip Straw Hats. This is the only thing about the trailer. The trailer only showed off, Shippondi fighting in a cutscene of Marineford where Luffy and Ace are like back to back and they're fighting the Marines and shit, even though it's not even by anime canon, because this doesn't happen. Well, it doesn't happen the way it looks like it happens in the game. So there probably will be some improvisation, which I don't mind. You know, there's been improvisation in games before. I mean, Naruto Ultimate Ninja Storm 2 did it, and it was cool. In terms of, you know, the only problem I'm gonna have is if the game is too repetitive. Like even the fighting and fucking Eliminate Adventure had the same problem. It's like, yeah, okay, fine, let's excuse the slow ass hunting for random material shit out of the game. The fighting for Unlimited Cruise or Unlimited Adventure was slow as shit. You literally would have to like run up to enemies, attack them, run over here. Even the boss battles weren't that fucking imaginative to me. It was essentially just like God. You run away, and you come back and you do it again. Like I'm hoping the game it looks like the game is gonna be more faster paced, and that's the one thing I'm enjoying. It looks like they actually put a lot of detail in this game. So in terms of speculation, there's not much to speculate. I honestly just want to see more gameplay of it. I mean, we're not speculating story or fucking characters at this point. But actually, the only thing you could speculate is what arcs do you think they're gonna spend like detail on, and which characters do you think they're gonna be on? I mean, if this is starting from the beginning, I wonder if they're even gonna put Morgan in here or Alvida. Well, no, they're gonna put Alvida, but they probably won't. I don't know. They probably won't do much with Morgan. They'll probably put Kuro in here. They'll probably put Buggy, obviously, and Krieg, and Arlong. Actually, Arlong would be kind of funny. And I wonder if the game wants to be really detailed, if it'll give us time skip versions of certain characters. Since there's been a leaked image of the supernovas, I'm wondering if the leaked supernovas will show up, even if it's like a picture or something. I mean, I would like them as playable characters, but I'm pretty sure they won't do that. But that'd be kind of cool. Like maybe the time skip characters that have been shown on the cover story pages, like they've been doing for the last they've been doing ever since the time skip, where they've been going back and showing characters. And I hope Johnny Yosaku are actually playable, just because I feel like they haven't been represented in the game yet. They've been only set up as support characters, which I thought was kind of lame. But you know, we'll see. And the last thing I'm going to discuss here is Kingdom Hearts 3. Now there's really nothing to discuss in terms of the actual game, considering we don't know when the game is coming out yet. We're just assuming. At this point, people are just guessing it's coming out either late next year or early 2013, because, you know, fucking Kingdom Hearts has this really great knack for making a whole bunch of side games. But getting into that, we did get a lot of, you know, footage from the Tokyo Game Show about Dream Drop Distance that comes out on the 3DS. And the two things that are revealed in that game is that this game is supposedly like the Part 2, Part 3 cross. I know Bird by Sleep is supposed to be like that too, and so is 358 Days divided by 2 and shit, or Coded. But this game actually looks like it's supposed to be like a real cross in between games, because it shows time skip. I mean, I keep saying time skip. It shows old Sora and younger Sora. Apparently shit happens, and supposedly they get like, they're going around fucking worlds again. Surprisingly, we don't see Kari, which is the one thing I do hope they do in Kingdom Hearts 3. We get to play as Kari, just because she did have her moments, and it's like, oh, she can wield a Keyblade. Please let us fucking use her at least once. I would love Kari to have her own subsection. Now, but the things that were revealed is that Riku and Sora have these like heartless looking creatures as their sidekicks instead of Donald and Goofy. And God, I hope that isn't something. From what it looks like, I don't think that's supposed to be the main purpose, but I think they're trying to switch it up, and these things are supposed to be Donald and Goofy's replacements, which is kind of gay, because it's fucking Donald and Goofy. You can't replace Donald and Goofy. It's fucking Donald and Goofy. It's bullshit. But they also revealed two characters they're adding in. The first one that we see in Sora's story, which I was so fucking happy about, is, wait, I gotta get the fucking case for this. This motherfucker finally gets another appearance in a game. Where's my sequel? Where's my sequel? So yeah, Neku. Sorry about that. So apparently, yeah, Neku is in Dream Drop Distance. So yay. Apparently his story is going to be revolved around Sora, where Riku gets a very interesting Disney add-in, which will be The Hunchback of Notre Dame, which I'm actually looking forward to playing as, just because. I feel like that series doesn't get enough love anyway. But in terms of Disney and stuff and other things, and I actually kind of got this from Esper. Esper made a couple of suggestions. The first one he made was Full Metal Alchemist, which we're not even going to get into that one. Well, I do want to talk about two other suggestions. Well, one of his suggestions and one of my suggestions. One of his suggestions was Toy Story. Yes. Fucking yes. This is where I believe Square Enix needs to start crossing over. I don't even think... No, Lilo and Stitch is Disney, my bad. I think they need to start going into Pixar territory. That's just me. That's just me. I would love it if we got a Toy Story crossover. Like a Toy Story section. And that's for Kingdom Hearts 3 or Kingdom Hearts 3 period. I would like them to hint stuff. I would like them to do like the first Toy Story one in Dream Drop Distance. And maybe bring it back up again in Kingdom Hearts 3. But another one I was thinking of, and this one seems a little out there because they don't fuck with the Disney princesses that much. They have yet to do Snow White, I believe, and they have yet to do... They did Snow White. They haven't fucked with Snow White or Cinderella or fucking... Maybe the Princess and the Frog. I mean, it's new, but you can still fuck with it. I don't know. Maybe you can even put in the Cars. Even though I heard Cars 2 wasn't the best thing out there, you can start fucking with some other shit. I mean, I understand. Maybe start doing some extra crossovers. Because in terms of Square Enix games, you put Final Fantasy in it from Jump Street, so it wasn't like we were going to be sticking with that for a while. I'm hoping a lot of other things make a return. Maybe we get to see some more Disney characters and shit. Because they don't... Or maybe even... I don't know, if you don't want to go the Pixar route, maybe go like other cartoon routes. Like, I don't know. Some motherfucking Looney Tunes. This is all speculation. I understand this is a stretch. But listen to me. If you have the balls to put Mickey Mouse and fucking Sephiroth in the same game, I don't think it's that crazy to add in, I don't know, Bugs Bunny. I'm sorry. I'm just throwing it out there. That would be fucking ridiculous. I'm just saying, why aren't we throwing the Looney Tunes? That's just me. I mean, I'm not even going to sit here and try to discuss and speculate the story. But, you know, some other classic cartoon characters, if you don't want to fuck with Disney and you don't want to go into Pixar. Looney Tunes. Just saying. I'm not going to get any crazier than that. I was going to be, like, dumb and be like, well, why don't you throw some Nickelodeon characters? That'd just be fucking nuts. The only Nickelodeon character I can see that getting away with is SpongeBob, and even still, that's stretching it like a motherfucker. So I'll just stick with Looney Tunes as the craziest thing I'll go with. Looney Tunes or Pixar. I don't know. Give me some Toy Story. Maybe some Bugs Life. Maybe some Cars. Maybe some Looney Tunes. You know, Daffy, Bugs, Porky. I'm just throwing out ideas here. I mean, the game looks awesome. I'm probably not gonna get the 3DS until it comes out with a second version. Just because I want all the games I want to be out, so I can just kind of go in there and get everything at once and not have to worry about waiting and shit. In terms of thoughts, I think that's about it, because this video is probably running really long. That's the only problem with the gaming thoughts videos, is that they tend to run longer than they need to. But tell me your thoughts on Generations. Tell me your thoughts on One Piece Kaizoku Musou. I'm importing also for any of these games. Kingdom Hearts Dream Drop Distance, you know, when the new version of the 3DS comes out, if the game, I'll probably get it then. Generations fucking pre-ordered. One Piece PS3, that shit's getting imported. I want, like, as soon as we get a fucking release date, you can go in there and pre-order that bitch. Pre-order that bitch. I'm sorry. That is one of those, you can call me OP Star, whatever. That is one of those games I will import. Now, whether the gameplay is good depends on if I'm going to buy it, if it ever crosses over. NIS, you gave everyone Bleach, Soul Resurrection, Kaizoku Musou. Just saying. But anyways, I've been talking way too much. So, life's a game. Play to win. What are your thoughts on the games? Where's my motherfucking collection, Sega? NIS, One Piece, and looking forward to the new version of 3DS. Anyways, let's again put a win. I'll catch you guys later. Peace. Yes, let's clap the video shut.